I love you. Say, baby, I love you. Say my name.
We drafted the pattern and sewed the top part of the sweatpants set. So this video is drafting the pattern of the pants. We're going to start with getting the pants that fits you well. So we get our pants and we grab it here at the crotch, right here. And you lay it flat on a sheet of paper. And then you just pretty much start by drawing the crotch. Right here, I'm just making sure all the seams match up while folded on top of each other, making sure it's nice and flat with no folds underneath. I start at the waistline seam, I come all the way down the crotch and all the way down the inseam. Right here. And then I stop at the ankle seam. Then I draw up the side seam to the waist seam. To trace the waist seam, I open up the pants, like so. Make sure it matches up on the side seam line where I stop by the waist, like there. And there, that's the center. And I get a pin and I poke the pin through the two layers, the front and the back. And I poke it so it creates a hole in the paper. And when that's done, I would remove the pants and then I would see the holes along the line of the seam, and then I just draw it in with a pencil. We do the same thing for the back that we did for the front. Hold it by the crotch and fold it in half with the back facing up. And we do the same thing for the waist, where we poke pins to create markings for the waist seam. Just remember that the waist is not straight across, it's curved, and that's where we make sure that we trace it. Now we use our ruler and the French curve to draw out the lines. If you want a tighter or looser fit, adjust it at the side seam or the inseam, and you can lengthen it and shorten it to suit you. I just left the pants as it was because I like my pants big and baggy, but you can do what you feel like doing. When you're finished drawing it out, add seam allowance all the way around the patterns. Go down 1 inch from the side seam, and then we're going to go down another 6 inches from the side seam and put a notch there at the 1 inch and a notch at the 6 inch mark. You do this for the front and the back. This is if we are doing the inseam pocket, which is like the hip pocket, okay? In between the notches, you're going to put your hand in like this, and you're just going to chuck your hand down like so. Don't move the base of it, just put it in and move it down. And this is essentially what will be our pocket bag. You just draw the pocket bag, like, you know, the generic pocket bag shape, just like that. And you are done with the pocket bag. Just retrace it on a new piece of paper, and that is that. If you're going to do a cargo pocket, just mark 7¼ inches down from the waist seam, and that's where the cargo pocket will begin. You cut out 2 of the pants legs, so 2 fronts and 2 backs, and then you cut out 4 of these pocket bags. To the waistband, we are going to measure the pants that we trace from. This is about 2 inches high and 18 inches across. But this is a male extra large pant, so you can do it to fit you. I just want mine big, so I'm going to keep it the same measurements. So right now I'm drawing 18 inches across and 2 inches down. The shorter end is going to be the fold. This will be the center front if the waist is all one strip. Then we're going to do another 2 inches above the rectangle we just drew. So it's going to be another rectangle, same width, same length. The center of that rectangle will now be the fold line. And we're going to add seam allowance all the way around except for the folded short end. So this is 2 inches and this is 2 inches. So when we fold it like that, That will give us our waistband. Okay, so let's go over that. So it's 2 inches here, from there to there. Then there's 2 inches there because it's going to be folded. So on this end, it's going to be cut on fold because I think, what's this going to be? These will probably be the same seams, right? So we have the size of our waistband, which is 2 inches times 2, which is 4 inches. So this is 2 inches and this is 2 inches. Then we have our seam allowance here and our seam allowance there. At the front here, it says cut and fold. At the front here, we're gonna go right on this line here. We're gonna go out, go an inch. So go an inch here on mark. That will be round. Okay, so we're gonna go out and then we're gonna go down an inch because an inch is half of this. Okay, so let me just show you. Because when you fold the waistband like so, that's going to be where the grommet is. So we're going to put a little mark here. That's our grommet. So we're going to put grommet position. Right now we'll be drawing the cuff for the ankles. The height of the cuff is elastic times 2 and the width is your ankle with a little bit of ease. So you can just pretty much just copy the measurement of the pants. I think my elastic was an inch, so this would have been 2 inches, the total height. You have the full line, elastic, seam allowance, so it's pretty much the same thing as the waist, and yeah, it's easy, literally it's just that. That's how it'll look. You add seam allowance all the way around and cut it out. Now onto the cargo pocket. You can skip this if you're not doing this. I just use my phone and then draw a rectangle around it, and these are the measurements. Pause to see how I did the pockets for this. We are going to draw a strip according to the blue rectangle, which is the length of the blue line shown on the screen. And so the 3 blue lines that are around the sides and the bottom of the phone, we're going to measure that, and that will be the size of our rectangle for the border. Okay, border. You see it when I'm sewing it. Okay. When I was doing this pattern, it was actually taking a really long time, so this is why I just did it on Procreate for you to see how I did the measurements. If you have any questions, just ask. I know it looks confusing. So right now we're gonna do the pocket flap for the cargo pocket. So I do it so that it goes over 1/4 inch on each side, and it's gonna be 3 inches high. See the little join there, and literally that's pocket flap. So this, when the seam allowance is folded underneath that and that, this is going to come over and extend by 1/2 of it, by 1/4 of an inch. This is gonna go like this. And it'll go, nope, like that. And then this is gonna go around. So. This strip here is the border. This is like the blue line thing I was talking about earlier. So this is how I'm laying out the pattern pieces on the on the fabric. Just bear in mind that the fabric I'm using is not the correct fabric for these type of pants. My fabric is t-shirt fabric and it sucks, but this is all I had. Okay, you should probably get a fleece or a French terry, like a thick type of French terry. Mine is too lightweight, and the direction of the stretch should be where the waist seam lines up because your waist stretches. Alright, so we're going to cut that out and then on to the next video, which I hope will not take me forever to do voiceover for. That should come next. Bye!